name is Drew Perkins, and this is my professional communications speech. Here is my audience. Tax return, audit, and financial statements. They are all different parts of accounting and the things that go into accounting statements. The accounting field is growing every single day, and according to allbusinessschools.com, the accounting jobs are projected to grow by 4% through 2029. I very much like numbers and calculations, but through this research, I learned that accounting is so much more than that. I interviewed Stephanie Nelson, the accounting associate at Cole Phillips Jansen Corporation in Coralville, Iowa. I am also working at a tax firm right now, and I have the background knowledge on tax accounting and general accounting. The three things I will talk about today are the schooling that go into accounting, and the pros and cons of accounting, and then the qualities that are desired for accounting, and the advice that I received from Stephanie herself. Now that you have the general idea of accounting, I'm going to start with the schooling that's behind the accounting. Generally, you should have a 4-year bachelor's degree in accounting, and sometimes you can get your master's in certifications in things such as certified management accounting, certified public accountant, and certified internal auditor. If you decide to go further than a 4-year degree, it'll create more opportunities when you go into your career, and it'll create more opportunities for growth. According to Occupational Outlook Handbook, bookkeepers, auditing clerks, and accounting clerks who meet the education and experience requirements set by employers may get junior accounting positions and then advance by showing their accounting skills on the job. This is exactly what Stephanie did. She actually went to Iowa State for marketing, and she owned a coffee shop, and she hired people from the Cole Phillips Jansen Corporation to teach her about the bookkeeping and the payroll so that she could do it herself with her own business. And she was actually noticed by one of the partners of the company that she was actually passionate about the accounting process and stuff. And so they hired her as a temporary position for the tax season. And she was actually hired on after the tax season because they thought that she did so well. The amount of schooling depends on what you want to do with your accounting degree or in accounting in general. There are many pros and cons of being an accountant. The positives are that you can develop those interpersonal communications with the clients and the people that you work with. And this allows the clients to get to know you better and gain trust through you for confidentiality reasons. The negatives are there's really hard to get a work-life balance, especially during tax season because of the long hours. You work up to 80 hours a week. And Stephanie stated that the Congress has passed many bills in the last year due to the pandemic. She said that calculating payrolls is very frustrating with people and businesses that are getting extra money, such as the stimulus checks. And she also said that it was very hard to leave work at work, especially when things are crazy, because she just thinks about it all night when she's sleeping. There are many qualities that employers look for when they are hiring. Some of those that Stephanie told me about were time management, detail-oriented, willing to learn constantly, and having that trustworthiness. She also discussed that culture can be a very big part of having barriers when you're working just anywhere. There's going to be a time where you probably come across someone who necessarily speak your language very well or has some of those culture barriers, like culture differences. They have those different beliefs and rituals. In our book, it said that we should be mindful and patient with those people and just respect those beliefs and rituals that they do have. The advice that Stephanie provided me with was that any job that has tax prep, there are going to be long hours, like I stated before, and to have flexibility because the tax code changes all the time and is updating constantly, and that it's a lot of work to try to catch up with that. There's so much more to do with accounting, but the key parts were discussed. We discussed the schooling behind accounting, the pros and cons, and the quality and advice that I received. Like I said before, I love numbers and learned more about the accounting world. Learning from a real-life accountant was a great way to learn exactly what I needed to be more sure about my career path in life. And here's my audience again. Thank you.